I think this is an interesting one that we were talking about as we were bringing this to life is how do we not only use trust as a way for our customers to showcase transparency, give legal and privacy teams the power and control to own the content that they're creating, but also accelerate business by getting out of the way when possible. So the ability to have customers or vendors or RFP requests that come in and having a single place for that to go that maybe isn't just a person that can maybe offload 10% or 20% or 50%. All of it helps and it provides consistency on how someone could do work with your business. So, these I believe resonate with Kathleen and also, certainly many of the customers we've talked to. These are a lot of the problems that we have. So I get the opportunity to share with you today what we've been working on and how we're going to help change the dynamic of this whole world and give Kathleen back some time in her day, the control she needs, and also let her maybe go to lunch one day, maybe, not sure. We're introducing a brand new concept and a brand new product in our suite called Trust Center. And really the 4 key tenets of Trust Center that we believe are really important was we want you to be able to build customer trust in days, not months. There's often a timer on a lot of these things. We know timing is everything, especially when fines and when regulations are coming up. We want to give you control to deliver that trust that your customers expect with the transparency that your company requires in order to stay compliant. We also want to give you an opportunity to unify that scattered bubble sheet that Kathleen walked through. There's a lot of documents. If a document is created in the woods and no one is around to hear it being created, does it even exist? We have a lot of content that exists in our world today, but if you aren't making it available, or it's difficult for your users to find, or they have to ask someone where to find that document, these things are time sucks. They demand the time of people because they are time sensitive, but they also require time to go find the right people and the right location and the right place. So let's bring it into one place for not only your users, but maybe even your team to know exactly where to go to find information around your privacy, your legal, your availability, and your security docs. We also wanted to deliver with Trust Center a brand new way to reduce legal and regulatory risk. So this risk, as we've heard, comes in the forms of out-of-date policies. $400,000 in fines that came about because a company didn't get their policy around AI updated in time. The ability to make sure your terms are on your terms and maybe not at the web team's terms. And then also being able to update those disclosures. So oftentimes in a world of sub-processors and where's my data going and who is seeing my data, the updating of sub-processors is a critical part. And that's kind of tricky, right? Especially if you don't know where to get the sub-processor information. And then, gosh, now that I've got it, how do I show this? What do I need to show here? I need to do it 30 days before we turn it on. So back to that timing issue. There's a lot of things here that, you probably you wish you didn't need to deal with, but it exists. It's a reality. And we want to make sure that that's as seamless as possible and gives the control right back to the team who needs control over that. And then certainly last but not least, the idea of speeding up that sales cycle with private and public document sharing. So your key constituents can either download the information they need right from a Trust Center, or they can request access to documents that you might not want to be made available publicly, but you'd like them to be able to say, just put in an email address, enter the information about why they're looking for this requirements. Then someone can easily approve this and then they get a link to download it, not a process that involves multiple people and sending multiple emails. So those are some of the key tenets of Trust Center. And the 5th thing that we wanted to make sure of was that this would be appropriate and acceptable and really something that the marketing team would be proud of to put on your website. So as part of this, it's a beautifully designed experience that looks a little something like this. So this is a look at Trust Center. And this is a simple way that you can easily update graphics. You can easily update brand colors. You can personalize the navigation. All the text is personalizable. But what you don't have to know going into this is what goes into building a trust center, right? That timeline that Kathleen walked through about scoping and planning and prioritization and making sure that, the tactical pieces of delivering a web project are in place, it all goes away. And the team that's focused on the content can focus on the content and publish it directly into Trust Center. So the idea here is deliver a product that everyone is very proud of while providing the right control to the right teams who control the content itself. This is really a unified no-code trust center. So you don't have to be a coder in order to create a beautiful trust center for your company.